One of the top financial goals in America is to become a millionaire. And I'm here to tell you that's exactly the wrong thing to focus on. And look, every single person out there seems to be completely obsessed with reaching that mark. And it's the magic number you see in every financial headline, every book cover, and every retirement commercial on TV. But what if I told you that hitting $1 million net worth is actually not the most important financial milestone you will ever cross? And in my experience, I can tell you that there are 3 specific net worth milestones that completely rewrite how you think about your money, how you handle your investments, and how you live your daily life. And surprisingly enough, the millionaire mark is not even on the list. And I get it. I was the same way before. And when people first start out on their personal financial journey, they almost always pour all of their energy into income, and they want a bigger paycheck from their primary job. They chase after a promotion, and they look for a side hustle to grind out on their weekends, or they switch companies entirely to secure a better salary. And it makes perfect sense at first because you need cash to survive and to invest, right? But eventually, if you're doing things right, you reach a point where your net worth becomes significantly more important than your annual income. And that shift right there is exactly what today's video is about. And with that, let me break down the 3 net worth milestones that change absolutely everything for an investor and for me. To start with, the very first major milestone we need to discuss is reaching a $0 net worth. Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. Hitting a net worth of absolute zero sounds incredibly boring, right? And it certainly does not feel like something you would celebrate with an expensive dinner. But in reality, reaching zero is honestly one of the greatest, most profound financial accomplishments a person can ever achieve in their lifetime. And the reason is so monumental. Getting back to zero usually means you have successfully climbed out of a brutally deep financial hole. And after all, very few people start from a clean slate, and most enter adulthood completely weighed down by the heavy chains of liabilities. And you leave school or start your working life, and suddenly you're staring down credit card debt, heavy car loans, thousands of dollars in student loans, high interest personal loans, and unexpected medical debt that hits you out of nowhere. And as a result, you remain stuck, and you spend decades trying to scratch and claw your way back to that $0 line because you're trying to accomplish 10 different financial goals at the exact same time. You're desperately trying to pay down your high interest debt while simultaneously trying to put a little bit of money away into your retirement account so you do not starve down the road, right? And when your net worth is sitting in negative territory, every single step forward you take feels like you're trying to sprint straight up a steep hill with a backpack full of rocks. And every dollar you earn is not building your future. It's just working overtime to erase the financial mistakes and obligations of your past. But the moment you finally cross that threshold and hit a $0 net worth, the entire universe shifts, and you're no longer digging yourself out of a ditch. You're finally standing on flat ground and ready to build a real financial foundation. And to be completely honest with you, I'm not just preaching this from a textbook. I started my own journey towards financial independence with a negative $65,000 in net worth, and it was a heavy burden to carry every single day. And over the course of my journey, I had to dig deeper and figure out how to pay off a grand total of $110,000 in total debt. That was not a walk in the park. I was dealing with suffocating credit card balances that kept accumulating interest, major car loan issues where I was paying for depreciating metal, random personal loans, and even a heavy loan against my own retirement account. It took years of absolute grinding, cutting out comforts, and making sacrifices that frankly sucked at the time to clear the slate. Then it finally happened. I became completely debt-free of consumer debt on December 21st, 2015. But getting through that experience taught me that becoming entirely debt-free was not just a numbers game or a financial transformation. It was a massive psychological transformation. And for the first time in my adult life, I realized that every single dollar I invested was actually staying in my corner and increasing my net worth rather than fleeing to a bank. And the thing is, when you're buried under liabilities, you're forced to live with a constant low-grade stress weighing heavily on your chest, right? You go to work every single morning knowing that the first 4 hours of your shift do not even belong to you or your family. And that creates a toxic kind of anxiety that quietly bleeds into your marriage, your health, and your sleep. And but the day you finally pay off that last lender, that heavy mental fog just completely lifts and your confidence returns. And you can look at your career and your future without feeling trapped. And for the first time in your adult life, your brain completely stops playing desperate defense and finally starts playing offense. And in fact, once a person finally breaks those chains and becomes completely debt free, their day to day life begins to look entirely different. Your monthly cash flow improves dramatically because you get to keep your paycheck instead of shipping it off to a dozen different lenders. Your overall stress levels decline to a point where you can actually sleep peacefully at night without a knot in your stomach. And your options in life increase exponentially. Whether that means changing careers, starting a business, or retiring early, and the actual act of investing becomes significantly easier. And personally, I made a promise to myself that I will never take out a car loan ever again for the rest of my life. Instead of giving my money to a car dealership, finance department, I take that exact same type of monthly car payment and route it directly into my personal brokerage account every single month, letting it grow so I can just buy a vehicle with cash every 10 years. Just think about that for a second. If you take a standard $400 car payment and invest it directly into the S&P 500, guess how much that account has grown over the last 10 years leading up to 2026? It has grown into a staggering $107,250. Can I easily walk into a dealership and buy a very nice, reliable vehicle using $107,000 in cold hard cash? Absolutely, I can. But let's be clear. I am obviously not out there trying to buy a brand new Porsche 911 with that kind of money, right? Or my wife would probably have some very choice words for me, but the freedom to buy a great vehicle without a single penny of debt is an incredible feeling. Many people completely underestimate how incredibly powerful that very first milestone of hitting zero really is. And the truth of the matter is that pulling yourself out of the negatives and getting a zero is often a hell of a lot harder than going from $0 to your first $100,000. And by the way, if you need one-on-one help with your retirement plan or your debt, you might benefit from one-on-one guidance tailored to your specific situation. And if you want that one-on-one help with me, the link is in the description below and the pinned comment. And that brings us directly to our second major checkpoint, which is hitting a $100,000 net worth. And the legendary investor Charlie Munger said that the first $100,000 is a total nightmare, but you simply have to do it no matter what. The reason that the first $100,000 feels like such a brutal, slow grind is that you're building your entire momentum completely from scratch. And at this specific stage of the wealth building process, your actual physical contributions matter significantly more than your investment returns. And your ability to grow your personal income matters much more than your actual portfolio growth. And your overall savings rate matters way more than the daily performance of the stock market. And this means you're still carrying the entire weight of the load on your back. But this is usually the exact point in the journey where people finally begin to notice the very first sparks of actual compounding growth taking place in their accounts. Now, take a look at a standard 8% average return on a portfolio. And if you have $10,000 invested, an 8% return gives you a total of $100 for the year, which is nice, but it's not going to change your life or paying off your mortgage. And if you manage to get that balance up to $25,000, that same 8% return is now $2,000. And once you hit $50,000, an 8% return starts looking better at $4,000. But the moment you finally cross the line into a $100,000 portfolio, that 8% return drops to a solid $8,000 directly into your lap over the course of a single year. Now, for the average hardworking guys out there, building that very first $100,000 in pure investments typically takes anywhere from 5 to 7 years of consistent, disciplined savings. And it takes a long time because every single dollar in that account has to come directly from the sweat of your brow and your willingness to live below your means. But once you have that solid $100,000 snowball rolling, building that next $500,000 in investments with the help of compound interest changes the timeline just completely. And if you just keep up your regular contributions and let an 8% or 10% market return do its own job, hitting that next major $500,000 mark usually takes only about 7 to 9 additional years, and rather than the decades you might expect. And this means the compounding engine has begun to take over a massive portion of the heavy lifting for you. And when you hit that 6-figure mark, your money finally starts making a meaningful amount of money all on its own. And that's truly an incredible feeling to experience. And the thing is, the single biggest change that happens at this stage is actually not financial at all. It's entirely mental. And you look at your account, you finally begin to realize that this whole investing thing actually works in the real world. And by the time you scrape together $100,000, you have naturally developed consistent investing habits, rock solid budgeting skills, deep financial patience, and the daily discipline required to ignore the noise. And you completely stop wondering if building real wealth is even possible for a regular guy like you or gal, and you start truly believing that reaching financial freedom is completely inevitable as long as you stay the course. Now, once you clear that hurdle, you find yourself moving towards the third and arguably most exciting net worth milestone, which is hitting $500,000. And this is the exact territory where the numbers start to get really interesting. And the math starts working in a way that will make your jaw drop. Trust me on this. And when you're sitting on a balance of $500,000, a standard 8% return in the market generates $40,000 of growth in a single year. If the market has a particularly a good year and hits a 10% return, your portfolio increases by $50,000. And for a huge percentage of hardworking Americans out there, $40,000 or $50,000 is an equivalent to an entire year's worth of active household savings. But the most mind-blowing part about hitting this milestone is that a $50,000 jump can happen over the course of 12 months without you contributing a single extra dollar of your own money into the account. Now, let's keep our feet on the ground here and be completely realistic, okay? And the stock market does not just go up in a straight line every single year, right? And we all know that downturns are part of the game. But when you look at things over long periods of time, this specific $500,000 mark is exactly where compound interest becomes an undeniable and visible force that changes your entire reality. And of course, there's always a downside to everything. And at $500,000, you're going to start experiencing much larger dollar swings in your portfolio than you ever have before. And if the market goes through a standard 20% correction, a guy with a $100,000 portfolio is going to see a $20,000 loss, which definitely stinks, right? But when you have a $500,000 portfolio, that exact same 20% market correction or bear market means your balance drops by a full $100,000 on paper. And seeing a 6-figure sum just vanish from your account balance over a few months can seriously test your stomach, like in 2022. But remember, when the numbers become much bigger, the long-term opportunities match them. This milestone ultimately teaches investors true emotional control, because if you panic, freak out, and sell your positions during a drop, you permanently interrupt the very compounding process that built your wealth in the first place. So when you successfully navigate those waves and establish a $500,000 nest egg, you can finally start seeing a very clear, realistic path towards total financial independence. For instance, if we look at the standard 4% safe withdrawal rate that financial planners use, a $500,000 portfolio could potentially support about $20,000 per year in retirement income, right? And if you lean a little more aggressively and use a 5% withdrawal rate, that same balance can provide you with $25,000 per year. Now, let's be completely candid. Nobody's going to retire in total luxury. Some people can, but if you're going to retire in 20 years or 30 years, that $500,000 is probably not going to be enough, right? But hitting this number proves something incredibly important to your psyche. It proves that your investments are now fully capable of producing real, sustainable income that can pay for your actual living expenses. And for the first time in your life, retirement just completely stops feeling like a distant imaginary dream and starts feeling like an achievable reality. And so let's take a look at the progression of these three key stages. When you hit a $0 net worth, you finally stop drowning in liabilities, right? You gain some serious breathing room and you can actually begin building true wealth. When you hit that $100,000 in net worth, you prove to yourself that the financial system actually works in your favor, and you develop deep confidence in your strategy and you establish some serious upward momentum. Then when you finally cross the $500,000 net worth line, compound growth becomes incredibly powerful and your investments begin doing a massive portion of the heavy lifting for your lifestyle, and true financial independence starts looking like a realistic goal. Now, some of you watching this today might be scratching your head and wondering why on earth I chose to completely leave out of the famous $1 million milestone. And the answer to that question is actually incredibly simple. The vast majority of people out there are never going to reach $1 million without first successfully hitting and learning from these three specific foundational milestones. And let's face it, the millionaire milestone is the one that gets all the media attention, right? All the praise, all the glory, but the real personal transformation happens much earlier in the trenches. But the disciplined person who successfully navigates the road to $500,000 is almost always the exact same person who eventually crosses the line to $1 million. And by the time you hit a $500,000 net worth, the daily habits are already deeply built and the financial discipline is already fully developed and the wealth engine is already working perfectly on autopilot. Now, if your net worth happens to be sitting in negative numbers today because of debt, and I want you to stop stressing about the big picture and just focus entirely on getting your head back up to the zero mark. And if you're already standing at zero, put all of your energy into scratching and clawing your way to the very first $100,000. And if you're currently approaching that six-figure mark, keep your foot firmly on the gas, because I promise you that the road to $500,000 arrives a whole lot faster than most guys ever expect. And every single wealth building journey in existence begins with these exact same small, deliberate steps. I should know because in my experience, these three milestones are the exact moments where everything changes for good. So do me a favor and drop a line down in the comment section down below and let me know what specific net worth milestone you're gunning for right now, or which one of these had the biggest psychological impact on your life. And again, if you found this video valuable and want my direct one-on-one help, check out the link in the description below or in the pinned comment to apply for the private client program. And this has been another piece of the video, and I hope you got a lot out of it.